These are the guys that were made probably for 10 years, between 30 and 40. And one of the reasons they had probably an early demise was the war effort. It was reported that the cast iron, I guess, was more valuable than making turkeys at that time. And they're made in these following colors, as you can see. And these are turkeys. If any of you have ever hunted turkeys, these turkeys are in a full strut. You know, they're gobbling and they're looking for a mate. And we're we're short. One color was in willow blue, and it flew off the roost, and we couldn't capture it. But there's one other color, willow blue, and I've seen a frosted green. And thanks to Frank and Vicky, we have this frosted, and this turkey in a pink frosted. We, of course, have crystal, and we have a crystal that has been Charlton decorated. And if you'll notice on these turkeys, they have their feathers right here, their beards. This is a sign of a male turkey, the beards. And yes, all of them have beards. Now, one of the problems with these turkeys was the way you've seen, I was trying to get this on. One of the issues was the way they're slanted and the way this top fits the turkey itself. So consequently, it kind of was an issue with its longevity. And if you'll see, this turkey has no feather detail. It's very evident in the crystal. There are no feather details. Some of the other turkeys that we have great feather detail. And that's a characteristic you can tell in a heartbeat whether they're Cambridge or not. Also, you'll notice the base of this turkey, this checkered base. And this guy, to me, looks like he's standing in a cornfield, you know. And I would think that would be a cornfield that he's standing in.
They seem to be a lot bigger than, I mean, I never see any this size except.
Well, the Smiths, yeah. And if you know colors, and if you get into colors, you can tell immediately that this is not a Cambridge color. The colors, obviously describe them. They were not made like that at all in Cambridge. The green, it seems to be a very hard one to find. Along, of course, with the willow blue, which is paramount. It's really tough to find it. What else we got on? Oh, yeah, whatever they are. On the back here are some, I don't know, I think it's probably more of the cornfield or some reeds. Yeah, whatever. It kind of follows the pattern, yet it doesn't from the front. But I thought that needed to be pointed out. Thank you, Lynn. And again, see? Go. Oh yeah, the Smith turkey, of course, is obvious, and the color and its size is very smaller. And what else we got? Yeah, we went through the crosshatch on the bottom already, and of course, the Smith turkey is plain, and this LG Wright is, and the Czechoslovakian is made. So that's about it. I hope that helps you decide when to buy one.
So the Cambridge ones never had any feathering on.
No feather detail. No feather detail. There are 17 feathers here on this. and they're about 9 inches by 17. But who's going to measure like that? But there's about 17 feathers, and there's no detail to it at all. Mhm. Any questions about the handout or anything?
Jim, as far as you know, were these things mounted as candy dishes? Is that what they were called?
To my knowledge, they were. Yes, yes. And with the angle that is cut on, and you see how flush this is, and I think that helped in the demise of these, because if you notice, they're really complicated to get together correctly, because I think of this angle. We've repeatedly had trouble with these at our house. Now the colors, of course, that they're basic. These are the basic colors, and there's some treatments here, and the frosted, of course. And the basic colors that are the colors that we have been looking for forever, and then we think resolved that they're not made, is Crown Tuscan, Ebony, Carmine, Milk Glass. I've always thought that they would be great with Crown Tuscan, but never ever to be found. Pardon?
Hey, Jim, could you run through the list of known colors and pieces that you've seen?
The known colors. We have green, apple green. We have pink and pink frosted. Now, you know, that's a treatment. We have the amber, the crystal, and the crystal decorated with Charlton. We have the royal blue, and we have the bluebell and the bluebell treated. And there's a willow blue out. And and gold crystal. And is there any other questions?
Any other questions? Let's thank Jim and Nancy.
I just want to add one more thing. The reason that we're talking about the differences between the Cambridge turkeys and the Smith and the Wright, now these two larger ones, it's not generally seen in the United States very much, because I believe they're from England, aren't they?
Czechoslovakia.
Or Czechoslovakia. The satin one is U.S. glass.
And then Fenton wound up with the mold, and they made them for L.G. Wright. And then Tom Mosser bought the mold for $10,500 at the L.G. Wright sale for Martha Stewart. And he's making them in jadeite for Martha Stewart, and she suggested you serve Thanksgiving soup out of them.
Wow.
Also, I don't know if they still do, but Williams-Sonoma carried one approximately that size. I don't know which one. And I think they are in their color amber. But the thing is, I think those retailed, depending on what store you were in or for sale or whatever, no more than $150 and probably a lot less. So you want to be careful when you're out looking around or even on eBay that you don't pay, what, $500, $600 for this, and you get that. That's why we want to emphasize the differences.
The quick fix is the feather detail. You got feather detail here, it's out.
And the base.
You got this hatch.
Crosshatch
It's
base.
out. That's, to me, when I walk in a store or see something in a print or something.
We did
that's a
forget
quick fix.
the timeline. The first mention in the Cambridge catalogs is in the 34 catalog, and there's a picture. The handout's got the very first picture. That's just a repo that I took out of the catalog. And I think the publication announced the introduction of the novelty turkey. And then we found out much later that at the beginning of World War II, there was a drive for the metal, the molds, and we do know, I believe it was even documented, that Cambridge donated the turkey mold to the war effort. So we know it's approximately 10 years in production. And that information I've got quoted from the articles that are in the handout.
Thank you.
Thank you.